All right, so this is the foundation and evolution of curriculum. This is the agenda, what I'll go over in my presentation. All right, defining curriculum. According to chapter 1, there's 4 ways to define curriculum. 1, it's a set plan. 2, students' experiences. 3, a field of study. And 4, subject matter. Curriculum is vital when it comes to education. It guides what we teach, what students are learning, and assessments. But more than what we teach on a subject level, it also is its own field of study with theories, research, and experts. Not only guides teachers to think about what to teach, but also to think deeper about why and how education is happening. Historical foundations. The evolution of curriculum changed drastically from the colonial period to present modern era. What started out as colonial Puritan religious or moral focus evolved and shifted towards the modern era of diversity, global education, and technology. Curriculum is ever changing and progresses as society does. By the 1800s, the secular influence grew, leading to a decrease in religious influences in schools. In Chapter 3, Foundation Principles and Issues, it states that these secular forces included the development of democracy, the development of a strong federal government, emerging cultural nationalism, and the idea of religious freedom and new discoveries in natural sciences. This highlights the idea that the curriculum and changes and adapts to new societal values and advances in knowledge. The colonial period to World War I. During the colonial period, curriculum was brought to Massachusetts by the Puritans who believed in religious instruction. The purpose of the curriculum was to teach literacy, read scripture, civic responsibility, and moral development. The Puritans valued literacy partly as a way of preventing the formation of large underclass such as existed in England and other parts of Europe. The colonial period had different types of schools, just like we do today. As our nation and society progressed, curriculum shifted towards the practical subjects approaches that were influenced by European educational theories and citizenship. The rise of democracy, reform movements, and industrialization played a vital role in the changes and advancements of society, technology, and politics. Flexner advocated for a modern curriculum that focused on science, industry, civics, and aesthetics. While Dewey prioritized science too, he also promoted the democracy and education through the whole child through experience. Horace Mann, on the other hand, made the same argument as Benjamin Rush for the Common School movement. These developments shifted curriculum from the classical and traditional to more practical and student-centered learning. The emergence and progression of reform movement. Even though Pestalozzi came before the progressive movement, I feel like his ideas influenced the way our education system is today. His pedagogy was that some students should learn by their senses through through natural development. He deplored rote learning and advocated linking curriculum to students' home experiences. His influences shaped the thinking of reformers such as Dewey, Froebel, and Herbart. Dewey argued that curriculum was meant to be prepare the child for life through critical thinking, problem solving skills, and through experience. Any study or body of knowledge was capable of expanding the child's experiences and contributing to his or her social and cognitive growth. Dewey's ideas laid the groundwork for the child development movement led by Thorndike and Jerusalem in the US and Piaget in Europe. Moving into the early to mid 1900s, the design of curriculum shifted from a more scientific approach. Reformers such as Bobbitt and Charters introduced the idea of breaking curriculum into objectives. There will be objectives of curriculum. There will be numerous, definite, and particularized. The curriculum will then be that series and experiences which children and youth must be the way of attaining those objectives. Though later, Rolf Tyler goes on to say that in his essay of basic principles in curriculum instruction, these educational objectives become the criteria by which materials are selected, content is outlined, instructional procedures are developed, and tests and examinations are prepared. These progressive reform movements led to several major innovations such as integrated curriculum, social impact, life skills, and more. Curriculum approaches. There are 6 different curricular approaches that the chapter went through, such as behavioral, managerial, systems, academic, humanistic, and postmodern. This is the chart I made explaining implications and principles, and then also the methods as well. So going over that a little bit, accountability, efficiency, goal-oriented, and then a quote, combine techniques of curriculum instruction and evaluation into simple plan. Managerial is more of organization and administration. Systems is more of like a system coordination and organization as well. Academic is more of the knowledge and intellectual growth. Humanistic is the whole child and social and emotional growth. And postmodern is all about change and reform. I found this picture or mind map that these two ladies made. I think it represents the curriculum approaches and designs highlighted by Ornstein and Hunkins very well. Challenges in defining curriculum. As described in chapter 1, there are many different challenges. Since there are 4 definitions to curriculum, that means that it means something different to different individuals. Language of curricular list is neither philosophically or politically neutral. Variations in the way curriculum is defined provides needed scope and diversity. Another challenge of the chapter states is hidden in null curriculum, which is not written but still taught, such as social and emotional skills. The third challenge is the overemphasis of assessments. Larry Cuban and Alfie Kahn have argued that with the current emphasis of testing, the curriculum has become narrow and bland. The final challenge is balancing theory and practice. This means that we cannot just define curriculum based on subjects or objectives, but also examine student experiences and social and emotional factors. The role of educators and students. Educators' role. The teacher works with the supervisors and administrators as part of a curriculum team, stated by Ornstein and Hunkins. In the text, it mentions that there are 12 responsibilities of curriculum of the curriculum worker and educator. These responsibilities range from designing, implementing, and evaluating. As educators, it's our role to collaborate with students and educators, interpret goals, and adapt to curriculum and student needs. The student's role is to be an active participant. Students involved in curriculum planning can be traced to the ideas of Kilpatrick and Rugg, who were the child and activity centered in outlining the roles of the concepts in curriculum making. Curriculum theory involves decisions about the curriculum, involves the development of curriculum design, and curriculum evaluation. This means that curriculum theory guides the development and the practice of curriculum. Curriculum practices requires selecting roles and strategies. Tyler's model of objectives, organization, and experiences, along with Taba's model of design and teacher development, highlight the connection between theory and practice. And then in conclusion, the evolution of curriculum is ever changing because of the advances of progression of size of needs, society, and values. What started out as religious basis of learning shifted to a learner-centered and integrated technology. Understanding the history of curriculum can help us as teachers to design more meaningful and inclusive lessons with our students. And then these are my references. Thank you.